A very good afternoon to you. Well, it's been a much colder day today, a blustery day too. There's still some quite strong and gusty winds around, and still a fair number of showers too. You can see most of them down in southwest England, up through northern parts of England, Northern Ireland, and indeed up in Scotland too. And certainly from North Wales northwards up over the mountains, they have been falling as snow. Now they'll continue through tonight over northern and western coast, but die away in many central and eastern parts. And as the winds die down too, this is going to mean it's going to be a pretty cold night. There could well be a frost, as you can see, over central and eastern parts of Scotland, right down into parts of England, even down into the southeast as well. Tomorrow, though, more wet and windy weather will be pushing its way back, and by the time it gets up into central Scotland, there'll be further snow. Well, that's just about it from me. Bye-bye.
Now the news of Wales with Sara Edwards.
Good afternoon. Waves have broken through the seawall at Tywyn near Abergele, flooding an area about a half a mile long. In places, water 3 feet deep swept along streets and into caravan sites, but nobody had to be evacuated from their homes. At Llanvillas near Colwyn Bay, the waves also breached the sea defences to flood houses 100 yards inland. Dyfed-Powys police are examining a packet of cocaine with a street value of £100,000, which has been washed up on the beach at Borth near Aberystwyth. It's believed the package had been in the sea for a considerable time, and because of the recent storms, it could have travelled a long way from wherever it was dropped into the water. West Glamorgan's County Council has set its poll tax charge at £214 per person. That's £30 higher than the target figure set by the Welsh Office. But residents in Swansea can expect to face an even bigger bill of £280 each, which could be the highest in Wales. Meanwhile, councillors at Newport and Gwent are likely to set their charge at £238. 2 men from Deiniolen have appeared before Carnarvon Magistrates Court charged with burglary and the alleged theft of 23 sticks of dynamite and 8 detonators from a derelict farm. The case was adjourned until next month, and 33-year-old Terence John Morgan and Leslie Eric Allen, who's 24, were granted unconditional bail. According to an opinion poll published today, more than half of Welsh voters support the idea of an elected Welsh Assembly for Wales with substantial powers. The survey, commissioned by the Western Mail newspaper, also suggests that Labour has the support of 54% of Welsh voters, the Conservatives 22% and Plaid Cymru 10%. The Greens have 8%, the Liberal Democrats 3% and the SDP 2%. 60 officers due to crew Sea Link's new Irish ferry from Fishguard are meeting management today. They're unhappy at proposals which will involve them working an 84-hour week followed by a week off. John Bradbury, the district secretary of the officers' union Newmast, says they are concerned about its effect on safety. Talks aimed at settling the 15-week-old dispute at the British Aerospace factory at Broughton in Clwyd have resumed at a secret location. More than 2,000 people are on strike as part of a campaign for a shorter working week. And finally, another look at the weather for Wales for the rest of the day. It's going to be a bright and breezy day with scattered showers, which will be heavy at times, and sleet or snow over high ground. It's going to stay cold, with maximum temperatures up to 7 degrees Celsius and winds northwesterly fresh or strong, with gales in the west, which will be easing slowly during the afternoon. That's all for now. The next main news of Wales in Wales Today at 6:30 over on BBC2 Wales, with a further update at 9:25.
In Behind the Headlines in half an hour, Francine Stock is joined by Fatima Mir, friend and biographer of Nelson Mandela. And by the way, Fatima Mir can also be heard in conversation with Anand Jasani in Voice for All on Radio Wales at 7:20 this evening. And now it's time for Rally Challenge.